What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. Wow. Wow. If you guys follow me on the Facebook page, you know that for the last, probably 5 or 6 days, I had absolutely no voice. I talked about it a little bit in the Old Timers in the Forest video that we did Monday night. You guys probably remember the last video I made, which was Old Ridge. I was complaining about a sore throat. That got steadily worse until the point where my voice really, I became the bipolar penguin. It was really making that noise, right? I had no voice whatsoever. I couldn't talk at all. I couldn't make videos. You know what's funny? You would think that a guy who makes a video, and my voice is still a little squeaky, so I apologize for that, but you would think that a guy who makes videos every single day for, months and months and months and months and months would look at having a week off as a vacation. I didn't see it that way. I was really, it drove me crazy. It's funny. I guess maybe it's an addiction, perhaps. I don't know. I tend to get like that. I tend to get into things and get so into them that if I can't do them, it bothers me, And I couldn't make a video for over a week, and it was driving me crazy. You guys will, today is Tuesday. You guys will see this on Wednesday. I'm trying to get back on my sort of regular schedule of making videos. I did the quick little, me messing around with the pool filter video yesterday. Which you guys will have seen, obviously, by the time you see this. And I was like, oh, I made a video, It was like a giant release. It's weird how making videos has become such an important part of my life, And I want to thank every single one of you who've, left me comments and who have said, hey, man, I hope you feel better, and all the support and everything. Also, I want to say thank you because we just hit 2,300 subscribers. Again, every time I get a new subscriber, I'm like, wow, there's still people out there who enjoy what I do. Thank you so much, guys. It means so much to me. I cannot tell you what it means to me. When I log on to YouTube and I see 2,300 subscribers, and I'm like, wow, welcome to every single one of you. Welcome to all the new subscribers, I hope you guys are enjoying your stay. As I always say at the end of every video, there's lots of stuff to see, blah, 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 blah. It just means so much to me. Thank you so very much. Anyway, what's going on here at Old Ridge? Well, if I bring my HUD back up, you can see it's 6:09 in the morning. So that means that, as soon as I get rid of that DeKalb is open to take milk. So we have, if I bring up my animal HUD, we have just about 8,800 liters of milk we need to sell. So we're going to go over and do that first. Let me jump in the tractor, turn on the beacons, and see if I remember how to farm sim, because I haven't played farm sim in over a week either, because it's funny, I can't really play, although I do have, save games that I don't record. It's tough for me to play and not record. I've been doing it for so long now, So I haven't really played. So this is really the first time I've sat down and actually tried to play farm sim in a while. So, if it's especially dumb, I apologize. So we're going to sell milk. I've got pigs to sell now. The slaughterhouse is ready to accept our pigs. I don't even remember how to fill this thing up. R. Jeez. Yeah, the slaughterhouse will take our pigs now, so we can sell our pigs. I've got a couple of grass fields that need to be sprayed with some herbicide, because as you remember, we planted what's called soil mod grass in them, and it's going to need herbicide, because I need grass and not weeds, So, as always, lots and lots of stuff to do, so. And I saw Mike, I was down the farm store this morning, a little while ago, actually. Picking up a couple of nuts and bolts I needed for my sprayer. Stuff wears out after a while. My sprayer, when we modified it, we kind of used the stuff that we had laying around, and a couple of the bolts and the washers weren't exactly the right size, and I wanted to get them straightened out before it started to get, wobbly and stuff, because if the booms start to wobble, it can really affect your flow rate, because the booms will actually sway back and forth, and they'll in effect double spray the area that you're passing over. So and I knew I had some wobbliness there and some lag. First thing in the morning, lag always. Yeah, so I had some play there in the right boom on the very tip of it, and I didn't want that, so I ran down to the farm store to buy some nuts and bolts and some bigger washers so I could tighten everything down. And I ran into Mike, and he was down there buying seeds, and he was telling me that. And I haven't seen one of these yet, but I'm going to be looking around. He was telling me about these posters that are apparently popping up now, talking about, would you trust a man who was $600,000 in debt? Well, yes, I would. It's funny. You wouldn't expect, and to talk to him, he says it's kind of unusual that there's sort of, there's mudslinging going on. Mudslinging being a term that we use here in America, when one candidate talks bad about another one. He says it's kind of odd that there's mudslinging going on for a parish election. You wouldn't think there would be, but anytime the Crawford Browns are involved, and as you guys probably know, Mike is actually running against a hand-picked sort of puppet of the Crawford Browns. So, to be honest, I gave that some thought on the way back from the store, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather trust a guy who's made his money, the hard way. Of course, haven't been down here in a while. Can you tell? Who's made his money the hard way, who's earned it, and through really no fault of his own, and trying to expand his business, needs to borrow some money. I don't understand what the big deal about that is. I'd rather trust a guy like that than who's made his money through back alley deals and and through shystery and everything else. So, all right, BP. Clearly, you have forgotten how to farm sim, huh? I mean, I made this door bigger for a reason, right? And I'm still messing it up. But yeah, so I'm telling you what, as soon as I see one of those posters kind of kicking around, my area, my first thought is sort of to tear it down. But you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. This guy is entitled to his sort of campaign. To be honest, I don't think this guy has a chance. I think the Crawford Browns have messed themselves up enough with their reputation, with people's perception of them now, that I don't think that this guy's going to have a chance. In fact, this guy's going to probably end up looking quite stupid, if you ask me. Again, as I've said over and over and over again, I can't vote, but I can definitely campaign. Excuse me if I'm coffee and stuff too. I'm gonna be coughing and things. I'm still shaking whatever it was that made me lose my voice. My voice is even deeper and sort of scratchier than normal now. Hopefully that's not a permanent thing. Hopefully I haven't damaged my voice, but. It's funny because I actually went to the doctor and I was like, I can't talk, and he's got the the thing down my throat and he's looking and he's sending me over for for an MRI and everything, and I'm still waiting for some results to come back. He seems to believe it was just a virus or whatever, but I hope so. Hope that's all it was. Okay, so we sold the milk, made, hardly any money, but all right, again, that's how it is. You may see on the animal head there, we're up to 153 dairy cows because, as I mentioned in a few episodes ago, that I was going to increase my herd up to 200 now, so we're on that process now, so every calf we get, we're going to keep. I just think it makes it, where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? I didn't want to go here. It's just habit to come over here. I swear, all my equipment is so used to being in this dairy that it just comes over here without even thinking about it. Plus, I'll be honest, I'm a little unfocused. It's been, it's been a week since I made a video, so. All right. Anyway, let's try to get this thing parked up. And then, oh, you know what? I have eggs I need to sell too. I have, I have 31 eggs sort of in storage and 10 to pick up, but I might as well pick them up. Oh, you know what else too? I need to get this tractor over to Chad's. And pick up our demo, because Chad's pretty certain that the class guys are going to want to take that. So he's like, well, get it over to me, and I'll call them. I've got a demo for you. So, Chad's awesome, right? Chad is you couldn't ask for a better dealer as far as I'm concerned. He's the greatest guy to work with, and I'm so glad he's the dealer for this area, because, I called him up, and he was actually called him on his cell phone. He's on his way into this shop, and he's like, oh, what's up, man? And I'm like, I've got this class here with a broken something in the front end, and he's like, yep, bring it over. I'll call the class guys, and we'll get it taken care of for you. So, all right, now, I'm so. Oh, you know what? I want to drop off this weight though. They're not going to need that. I'm so leery about driving. Look at that. Look at that front wheel leaning in. I'm so leery about driving this thing. Oh, it's got to get over there. So. Chad said he'd send a lowboy over to pick it up, but I was like, I'm not that far from the dealers, you guys know. So I'm like, I'll just nurse it over there. And Chad being Chad, he didn't tell me what kind of demo he was going to give me. Obviously, as you would expect, he's got stuff, kicking around over there. Either brand new equipment or, slightly used equipment or whatever. He did say that this was brand new. He did say that, he's like, give me, $5,000 for the demo cost and everything, to cover the maintenance and the insurance and all that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I need it. So, Because again, if it has to go to the Kloss facility, which is 150 miles away, it's going to be a couple hours. A couple hours. It's going to be, a couple of weeks probably. So there's nothing I can do about it. This has got to be fixed. So it'll be interesting to see. Chad's got a pretty good sense of humor. You never know. It could be like a Troy-built lawn tractor. Oh, but it is not, is it? It's a JCB. Okay, I get it. Yes, Chad, I understand. Now I can't even go in the shop and give him crap because he's off. He's off at some sort of manufacturer seminar somewhere. Where do you want this, Chad? Do you want this? You want this back here by the maintenance entrance, or do you want me to leave it like sort of out here somewhere? You know what? I'm going to leave it over here because I bet the Kloss guys are going to come and they're going to have their own equipment and everything. So he probably doesn't want me blocking his his service entrance door. So I'll just leave it right here. But yeah, I mean, Chad definitely has a sense of humor, and he's been trying to sell me a JCB forever, right? So of course he would give me a JCB as a demo. JCB 3230, which is about the perfect size for my farm. As you guys know, Mike has one of these. He absolutely loves it. This one is brandy new. I mean, it's still got the plastic on the seats, which I'm gonna have to leave on. So it's probably still got the paper floor mats too, which I'll mess up pretty quick. But okay, well, we get to play with a JCB, I guess, for a little while. Why not, right? Ooh, it smells new. It smells new. It's brand new. It's got 0.0 hours on it. Wow. Like, they literally unloaded this off the truck, apparently, and parked it. So, okay, well, it's ours for however long the Kloss is going to take to be fixed. So, I think I will bring this over to the main farm because I've already got my big case hooked up to the sprayer, so. Wow, I will say this is nice. Everybody raves about JCBs. Listen, I love them too. There's a lot of JCBs in this area. A lot of farmers in this area use JCBs. And we talk about them, and they're like, oh, best yoke you could buy, best tractor you could buy, blah, blah, blah. And they're not wrong, they're very expensive, as you guys know. And the thing is you get what you pay for with these. They're quick, they're reliable, they're durable, they're very powerful. This is a small tractor for as much horsepower as it makes. But it's certainly it's comfortable. That's the biggest thing about these. I think JCB has the best seat and sort of console suspension of any tractor made. I think anyway. Okay, well there it is. Anyway, we'll be using that. That's for sure. Well, that'll be getting all kinds of use. So. All right, now we've sold our milk. We've picked up our tractor, our demo. Let's tab around here. I want to spray these fields first before the sun comes fully up, so let's get on that. Now, I've got herbicide C in here because I couldn't quite figure out what herbicide to use on these fields, and Nick is unavailable at the moment, so I couldn't get a hold of him, He's off probably doing a seminar or a teaching thing or something. He does so much of that, So I took a guess, and since I use C on alfalfa, which is basically grass, I decided to use it on my grass fields too. And yes, I got some fertilizer on the road. That's what I need the Crawford Browns to see that, right? This is going to take about 2 minutes to do, I would imagine, just because, obviously it's a 19-meter sprayer, but the field is not, especially this end of the field, is not very wide, so. Okay, let's kind of get in the middle of the field, maybe. Let's do that. All right, and we'll get this unfolded. Yeah, let me just get rid of this for a minute. The very end boom here, the last bit that extends out, was wobbling around pretty good, and I noticed it when we were spraying earlier. And what'll happen is it'll start to sway back and forth, and it'll affect the flow rate. And I noticed I was using a lot more fertilizer than I should have been. So, well, better get that fixed. Okay, so we'll get this turned on, get that going. Nope, want to go forward, get it turned off again until we start going forward, so don't waste it. There we go. Put some of this down. Obviously, I have the reach to do the entire this end of the field, so no. This is why my booms are in such bad shape, right? Ugh. I have no way to not really get this where I don't want it, unfortunately. To be honest, I could get away with not spraying this at all, but I don't want weeds to pop up in it, so... Oh, this is so narrow. And the elevation change from one side to the other is a bit steep. I'm going to end up needing a new outside boom there at some point, I think. Because I have not been particularly gentle with this. I should actually raise this up, is what I should do. Let's raise it up so it's not dragging into the ground. See, we already have weeds, as you can see. You know what it is? There's two reasons why you get a lot of weeds in this area. One is the soil is really good around here. So anything that gets put in the soil is going to grow pretty quickly. The other thing too is we have a lot of birds. Obviously there's a lot of woodlands around here. There's a lot of hedges. There's a lot of habitat for birds. And as you guys know, birds eat things, and then they dump out the seeds with their waste, right? So what you end up with is birds, flying over your fields, and having their constitutions on your fields, as it were. Stop trying to be nice, BP. Birds taking a shit on your field, basically, and dropping seeds, and that's how you get weeds spread from place to place, especially around here, because there's so many birds. Okay, now let's do... This is where I wish I could, in the game, I could turn one side of the sprayer off, because obviously I don't need it spraying on the other side again, But I can't do that, so... Okay, we'll turn that off, and we'll back up. I hate driving over the field, but I have zero choice in this case. Go down and get this middle bit, right? That I haven't gotten yet? Yep, middle bit. Okay. To be honest, I could almost get away with like a 10-meter sprayer. They do make smaller ones, but it's, the problem is that you start to look at it like, okay, well, I could use a 10-meter sprayer for this, but I need I need at least a 19 for this, right? And you don't want to have 10 different sprayers for all the different things you're going to do. You want to have one for everything. So now I'm going to have to lower this, because if I don't, I'll catch it on every tree on the way over to the pig and beef meadow that needs to be sprayed as well. Whoa, easy, BP, easy. I need to wash all these tractors too. Probably do that in the next episode, I would imagine. Yeah, Mike was over picking up a load of seed. He's seeding now. Well, he's finishing seeding, I should say. He's got quite a bit done, but he's still got quite a bit to go. So we were having a talk about the election and everything, about what's going on with his farm and all of that sort of stuff. It's funny, he was sort of nervous the other day when I was talking to him, but today he seemed a lot calmer. He didn't, it's funny, Mike is a very calm guy. I think that's the reason why we get along so well, because I am not. If I was running, say it was me running for parish, council, and I started to see these posters, BP don't take well to me. I don't know, maybe it's my natural insecurity or whatever. But BP don't take well to being talked about, right? And so, but he was so calm. He was like, let him talk. My reputation and my sort of the speeches that he's given and all that will speak for itself. And he's absolutely right. He's 100% correct. There's no reason not to vote for Mike. You know what I mean? As far as I can see, Mike doesn't have a downside. He's a hard worker. He's been in this area for his entire life. His family's been in this area for over 100 years. They've done nothing but good for the parish. There's no reason not to vote for him. To be honest, I don't know anything about this other guy. You know what I mean? I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's about. I haven't paid any attention to anything he said. So is that just me being sort of biased towards Mike? Of course it is. But for me, there was no other option. Now I'm going to go around the long way, because you still have to get into this meadow. I still have to go all the way around, so might as well go this way. I just realized I don't have my beacons on. All the way down the road without the beacons. Eventually, Terry, our local Old Ridge policeman, the sort of head of the Old Ridge Police, is going to get me. He's going to be like, all right, I've given you more than enough breaks in the time you've been here. You've got to start following the rules. So, excuse me, guys. I just need to turn this phone off. There we go. Because, you know, it wouldn't be a BP video without the phone ringing, right? So, I don't know if I've actually taken you guys down here in a while and showed you that the trees are all gone. I think I mentioned it. I sold the trees because it was just too much work for the money I was making. You know, and unfortunately with apple trees and with any kind of fruit trees, you kind of have to cut them down. You can't leave them, you know, because they require maintenance and they require, you know, and if I left them and said, you know, let people pick the fruit and stuff, that's fine, but there's a liability issue there, you know what I mean? So I got a pretty good offer from somebody who said, listen, if you've got to cut them down, you know, and believe me, it was painful to do, but if you got to cut them down, I'll take the wood, you know, and I'll use it in my smokehouse, you know. I got a decent price for it, so. One thing I do have to do is I do have to plant more grass down there, so that needs to be plowed up and replanted, so I will get to that at some point as well. Just to put the verge back, you know. I actually own that land. That land is actually mine. That isn't council land, but I still want it to look decent, you know. So, yep. All right. Now, this little meadow. At least this meadow is straight all the way across. Look at the weeds. Oh, the weeds. Weeds, just, I swear that the Old Ridge and weeds. All right. Let's get this opened up so I have an idea of where I'm supposed to be here. I think right about here. Hopefully this will take care of the weeds. You know, again, me sort of making a guess about what I'm supposed to put down. So, but I think it should be okay. All right, turn that on. Turn that on. Nope, forward. I just realized I don't actually even have my soil mod HUD up, so I can't really see what's going on here. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, I mean, I don't necessarily want to put liquid down on here, but you can't put solid. You know, there's no such thing as dry herbicide, so. But the soil moisture is going to be real high. The N is perfect for me, you know. The PK is perfect. So we should get decent grass off of these. Very much looking forward to that. And obviously we're going to do all the council meadows and the meadows that I own, you know, as we go forward here. Ooh, can I get it? Yes, I can. Perfect. Yeah, I'm so happy. You know, the work that this has all been, you know, and obviously it's going to be a lot more work. Oh, I'm going to miss a little bit on this far edge, aren't I? Yeah, not quite wide enough. Yeah, the work that this has all been is going to be worth it. I can tell already just from the soil conditions. You know, the soil is so much better. You know, again, it's something that needs to be done on a, you know, not regular basis, but occasionally, and it hasn't been done in 50 years. So, you know, the soil can only sort of, you know, do so much before, you know, it becomes so compacted and the roots of the grass become so gnarled up that they just can't take any nutrients in, you know, and that's the problem we were having, so. I don't want to miss any with this because the weeds will encroach off the edge from the verge into the field, and then next thing you know, you'll have a whole patch of weeds. So, and I don't want to be feeding my animals weeds. I want to feed them grass. So, okay, that's done. Very good. Try to get off the field. I'm so tempted to cut an entrance to this on the other side by the pig and beef, the beef facility there, but you know, again, I'm always hesitant to cut down hedges and stuff, you know, just to suit my own convenience. Excuse me, guys. Again, you know, I'm going to catch this tree, aren't I? No, because I forgot to lower this. You know, I as I've said over and over and over again, I believe in the process. I believe in, you know, in hedges. I believe in habitats for the animals and the birds who, you know, who shit on my fields and, you know, spread weeds. Okay, so that's done. So we have sold our milk. We have herbicide, spread herbicide on our grass fields. And I think we will call this an episode. In the next episode, I'm going to be selling the pigs that are left over. I may muck them out too, even though I don't think they technically need it, but I may do it. And I'll figure out what else needs to be done. There's quite a few things that need to be done. So I might actually come down here in the next episode too, since it's going to be a nice day today, and get this sort of plowed up and replanted as well. Might as well, right? And then probably walk the fields one more time and see how they're doing, see if anything needs to be done to them. We're going to be cutting sugar beets pretty soon, so I need to get up to Majors and get the Ropa, and run through it and check it and give it some maintenance and whatnot. Obviously, when we're done with it, whoever's using it at the time, when we're done with it, we go through it and make sure that it's, all in one piece and we haven't broke or bent anything, top off any fluids that need to be topped off. That was part of our agreement when we went in to buy it together, we were like, you guys, everybody's going to be responsible for the maintenance, So, and it's been working pretty well so far. I'm still under contract to British Sugar to bring my sugar beets to them. So, again, that's cool. That works out good for me. The money is decent and the convenience of it is nice. So I'm all for that. Sometimes forget what a long trip it is to come down from over there at the pig and beef farm all the way back to the main farm. It's a good haul. It's a few miles. No. Those potatoes are going to be ready to be lifted pretty soon too. No, it's going to be a busy time here shortly. And then, of course, when the potatoes and the sugar beets come up, we're going to put those are going to need to be mucked and plowed, and then cultivated, and then replanted with winter barley. So, one will have corn in it, one will have winter barley in it. So. Or no, well, actually no. Look, I was just looking at my rotation just now. No, those are actually both gonna have corn in them. So, because we're gonna get a chop for ourselves for feed silage, and then we're gonna get a chop for the BGA. And if I still have silage left by the time we chop for ourselves, I will bring whatever's left down to the BGA before it goes rotten on me, and I can't feed it to my animals. Oh, you know what? I wanted to wash this, huh? Yeah. Let's go do that. I'll wash this and then we'll call it a video. Because this, again, I'm always talking about this case, right? And I want to keep it in good shape, but. All right. Let's see. You can stop there. Shut you off. Jump out. Yes, I have 2 pressure washers now, in case you were curious. If you guys remember from the bale moving episode that I showed you how to move bales. Oh, you know what? While I'm right here, I'm going to grab these eggs because otherwise I'll never remember to do it. From the bale moving episode where I showed you guys how I get bales from one save game to another, part of the code that I grabbed had a pressure washer in it. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? We have a pressure washer now. It's fine. So, so I have 2 pressure washers. I could sell one of them. All right. There you go, Case. I love this tractor so much. It's kind of the signature tractor on the farm, I really need to keep it cleaner than I do. I leave it such a mess all the time. There we go. Yeah, we might as well clean the sprayer and the tank while we're here, too. There we go. We'll go get the sprayer. So I'll trip over the pressure washer. Break my leg. That's all I need. No idea where the trigger for this thing is. I'm guessing it's up here. Yep, that would be where it is. I should have probably put the booms out while I was cleaning this, but... All right, looks good. Looks good to me. Put that back. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed my first video back after my sort of enforced vacation. Again, 2,300 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I cannot tell you what that means to me. It is so important to me. It I don't know. It just means that I have 2,300 friends. That's how I look at it. And thank you so much to each and every single one of you. Also, there's going to be links from now on in the description of the videos for two places, for Modding Central and for PCSG. Both communities I'm very proud to be a part of. Both awesome, modding and farm sim and simulation gaming in general communities. Definitely go check them out if you haven't already. Also, make sure to check out everybody on the Monkey Show approval list. They are, the featured channels on my main YouTube page. They're all great friends of mine. They all make great content, and they're all worth a subscription. And if you like you watch any of the videos and you like them, make sure to click the like button, because as you guys know, it helps out our channels immensely. Anything else? Make sure to check me out on all the social media, the links of which are in the description of every video. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, anything you guys want to talk about, you can leave it in the comments of the videos. You can hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Steam, however you're most comfortable. Whatever's most convenient for you. And as always, thanks so much for making me a part of your YouTube day, guys. And it's so great to be back. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.